Good morning, students. Now I'll be continuing, I'm Rupali Miss. I'll be continuing History Lesson 2, Growth of Nationalism. In our first session, we discussed about the growth of nationalism, its meaning, its definition, and the factors which were responsible for the growth of nationalism in India. We spoke about Raja Ram Mohan Roy and his reforms and Jyotibai Phule and his reforms. Let's continue this topic with Jyotiba's reforms. The second reform of Jyotiba Phule. The social religious reform movements. These movements contributed to nationalism in following ways. Proved Indian culture and civilization is superior. Fought against untouchability and caste system. Importance of women increased. Protested against British rule in India. Equality for all was promoted. Now, as I told you, the socio-religious movements, they meant about the people in the society who had some religious importance over here. Since in India, we had a multiple religious system over here during that time as well as now also. Now, during this time there were some reforms or some new policies or some associations which came together which helped into all these factors, like the culture and civilization was superior over here, untouchability and caste was tackled at that time, importance of women increased over there. In our country, we had this bias system. The women and the men were treated differently. So the rise of this woman, the importance of this woman increased during this time. And then again, there was a lot of protest against the British rule in India. And equality for all was promoted during this time, or the rise of equality during this time took shape. As I said, role of press. Large number of newspapers were stated, like the Times of India, the Hindu, the Bengali, etc. Through the press message of nationalism and ideas like democracy, liberty, freedom, equality, etc. were spread across the nation. Press exposed the true nature British rule in India and criticized repressive colonial policies. Press made Indians aware of what is happening around the world. So here I can say that the Hindu or the Times of India, these newspapers are still in existence. They were the pioneers of our press during this era. They were the ones who would write and who would allow people to speak in the form of their writings, poems, stories, anecdotes, or articles in this press, which helped or which spread towards the large people around the country, and to express their opinions or to show their expression of the bad things which were prevailing during that time. So the press played an important, vital role during that era. Large people could hear opinions of nationalists through this press. Coming to the next point, growth of political associations. Landholders Society. First political association was started in Calcutta in 1838. Other associations included British India Association, East India Association at London in 1866, Indian Association at Bengal in 1876, London Indian Society, Bengal British India Society, Indian National Conference at Calcutta in 1883. These associations served as a basis for the formation of Congress, an all India political organization. So now let me tell you something, that there were, in our country, there were different reforms or different associations happening at different places at different times. And they were operating from different areas of territories with different leaders at that time. And during this, all these leaders finally came together, and then they started an association, a common association, which gave rise to the Congress in our country. The Congress was the first association which came with different leaders, educated lot, the lawyers, the teachers, the doctors, all these educated lot came together, and then they formed an association with different reforms from different categories, and then a common Congress was created. Dadabhai Naoroji, the grand old man of India. Now let's come to this important person. This is Dadabhai Naoroji. He was also called as the old man of India. He was a learned person. He was a Parsi who studied in England and then who came to India and who implemented some reforms in India, who realized or who felt that the good things about the British was their education, and he thought he used this education to bring awareness amongst the people in India and to highlight the policies or to highlight the discrimination which was there prevailing during that time. Let us go further. He formed the East India Association, which was founded in London in 1866 by Dadabhai Naoroji, told about the problems faced by Indians and suggested remedial measures to British citizens and members of parliament. He was of an opinion that British was just and good. He wanted to present true state of Indians before the people of India so that the problems of Indians would be resolved. He had branches in Mumbai, Calcutta and Chennai. So here we are talking about Dadabhai Naoroji, who played an important role by being a mediator between the Britishers and the Indians. He spoke about the Indians, the plight what the Indians were going through to the Britishers. He expressed all the things which were happening in India and highlighted them in England. And he also gave measures, he also suggested some remedial measures to the Britishers, how these things or how these problems could be resolved at that time. He is called the old man of that era because he was a learned person who tried to bring changes during that time by associating both with the Britishers and the Indians. The next nationalist is Surendranath Banerjee, founder of the Indian Association in 1876. The Indian Association was headed by Surendranath Banerjee. It was an all-India movement. Members included lawyers, professionals and educated middle class. It had branches in Bengal and towns outside Bengal. Its main objective was mass participation in public movements, creation of a strong body of public opinion, uniting Indians on basis of common political interests, friendly relations between Hindus and Muslims. And the main achievement of this association was that agitations against License Act, Vernacular Press Act, lowering the eligibility of ICS exam to 19 years, etc. So his work. Now, what did he do? Indian National Conference, which was formed in 1883, Surendranath Banerjee arranged the All India National Conference in Calcutta. It was a provincial organization. It offered a model to Indian National Congress, that is INC, which was formed after 2 years. Second session of Indian National Conference was held in 1885 at Calcutta at the same time. Indian National Congress held its session in Mumbai. Both had same purpose, welfare of Indians. Finally, National Conference merged in the Indian National Congress in December 1886. Formation of Indian National Congress. All leaders were working towards formation of an all-India political body. A.O. Hume, retired British member of ICS, offered help in this association. He wanted to set up an organization which would tell the government its drawbacks and suggest solutions to it. Its foundation was laid in the year 1884. Pune meeting December 25 was held, but it got cancelled due to plague in Pune and was conducted in 1885 in Mumbai. So meeting was held at Mumbai December 28 to 31 in 1885. Vyomesh Chandra was the president and 72 delegates attended it. Dadabhai Naoroji suggested the change of the name of the union to Indian National Congress on December 28, 1885. So, as I told you over here, as these all these associations, different associations had different objectives. Later on, they all came together with a founder, A.O. Hume, who brought these reforms all together, all these associations together, and he formed a Congress, a Indian Congress Union, which was again later renamed as INC, that is Indian National Congress. He was responsible for the whole this association and the merging of these associations. All different reforms merged together, came together, and they formed only one single association, that was the Indian National Congress, which took shape, and then all reforms worked under one name. The aims of Indian National Congress. It promoted friendly relations between all leaders from different parts of the country. It developed a feeling of national unity, irrespective of caste or religion. It was formed to put together popular demands and present them before the government, to train and organize public opinion in the country. So, these are the things what the Congress did. It came together. What was its work? Its work was to bring issues, bring topics, or bring problems which had a common, which dealt with the common mass. These problems were brought together and put front of the government, and they placed this front of the government and asked for measures for it, and the Congress played over here an important role for the demands what the people had. These demands were put in form of petitions to the courts, to the offices and all, and they were highlighted over here together under this association. Okay, the next session over here. In this, let me tell you something important over here. Sessions of the INC. First session, year 1885, place Mumbai, President Vyomesh Chandra Banerjee. The second session was in the year 1886, place Calcutta, President Dadabhai Naoroji. Thank you, children. This was a short session. This was a continuation of the first lesson. So let me brief it up now. We spoke about nationalism in India, and the factors which arise because of this people, the reforms which came into existence, the people who came in, who were responsible for these reforms and for the association. We spoke about all this in this lesson. Thank you.